It's time to do recording, heading to the studio, in through the hallway, here we go, okay, and we go, and, oh yeah, turn it on. Check, 1, 2, okay, let's go!
One day, 3 little kids named Banks, Walker, and Hayes were all sitting in their backyard. "I'm the strongest," said Banks. "No, I'm the strongest," said Walker, flexing his muscles. "No," said Hayes, "I am the strongest." "Hayes, you are definitely not the strongest. You're the littlest." "But I'm the strongest," said Hayes. The boys were all arguing about who was the strongest. It was quite a funny little conversation. They weren't really arguing, they were just more pretending and having a bit of fun. But as they were talking, they heard something in the bushes. What was that?" said Banks. I don't know," said Hayes. What was it?" I'm gonna go see," said Walker. So the boys started creeping over towards the bushes where they had heard the sound. As they crept in, they were looking. Nothing here. What about over here? Then they heard a noise. "What was that?" said Walker, diving out of the bushes. "I don't know," said Hayes. "Quick, run!" "I think I saw something," said Banks. What was it?" said the other two. "I think it was..." As he was about to say it, a lion popped out of their garden. He stuck his head through first. "It's a lion!" screamed the boys. "Hello!" said the lion. "Who? What? Did that lion just talk?" said Walker. "I think it did," said Hayes. Lions aren't meant to talk," said Banks. "Well, I'm a talking lion," said the lion. "My name's Leopold." Hi, Leopold. Are you gonna eat us?" said Walker. "No, I'm not gonna eat you, but I did hear you arguing about who is the strongest, and that's very exciting for me." "Why's that exciting for you?" said the boys. "Because," said Leopold, "we are about to have the biggest tug-of-war match in the history of the animal kingdom, and we need more people to help. Do you think that you could come help us?" "Help us? Who's us?" "Come on, you'll see," said Leopold. Okay, just let us check with our mum." So the kids raced inside to ask their mum if they could go with Leopold the lion, and of course she said yes. So they raced off back to the backyard. Leopold, Mum said yes." "Come on," said Leopold, "follow me." So the kids followed Leopold back into the bushes. As they were walking in, Walker was very confused. Aren't we just going to hit the fence?" he said. "No," said Leopold, "there's a secret tunnel." "A secret tunnel," said Banks. "Where?" Leopold led them deep into the bushes until... "There it is," said Walker. "I can see it," said Hayes. There was a little trapdoor at the back of their garden, and Leopold opened it up. "All right, we got to go the quick way though, so grab a leaf off that tree there." "A leaf?" said the kids. "Yeah, and try and get the biggest one you can." Okay. So each of the boys grabbed a leaf each. They were about the size of their hand. "Oh, that'll work. Hang on. Now, that's a very special plant, so rub it together in your hands." So the boys started rubbing the leaves together in their hands, and as they did, the leaf got bigger and bigger and bigger. "Whoa, these leaves are huge," said Walker. "Yeah," said Banks. They're big enough to sit on." "Exactly," said Leopold. So Leopold jumped on his leaf and jumped down the hole behind the trapdoor in the garden. "Come on, boy!" he said as he sailed off down the tunnel. I guess we better follow," said Banks. "Here we go." Banks jumped on his leaf and shoo! Followed by Walker and Hayes. Shoo, shoo! They flew down the tunnel at top speed. But this wasn't just a straight tunnel. It turned out this was a curvy tunnel with lots of spins and twirls. "Wow, wow, 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 wow," said the boys as they went around and down and through until they popped up. "Where are we?" said Banks. "I've got no idea," said Walker. We're in the jungle," said Hayes. "A big jungle?" "Hello, boys. All right, you're here. Hang on, one of my friends is meant to meet us here. He's got his car." Who is it?" Just then, a big gorilla drove up to them in the smallest car that they had seen. "Hi, guys," said the gorilla. "Barry," said Leopold. "Barry?" said Walker. "Hi, yeah, my name's Barry. Barry the gorilla," said the gorilla. I'm here to pick you up for the tug-of-war event." "Hooray," said Leopold. "Come on, kids, jump in." The kids looked at the car. I don't think that we're all going to fit in there. They looked. The car was hardly big enough just to fit Barry the gorilla. Oh yeah, maybe we could ride on top? Oh, that sounds like fun, said the kids. So the kids and Leopold climbed onto the roof of the car. They all sat down. Seatbelts, please, said Barry as he threw up a bunch of seatbelts. The kids all clicked them on. Okay, I think we're ready, said the kids. Well, let's go, said Barry. And they started driving through the jungle. It was very peculiar sitting on top of a funny-looking car being driven by a gorilla next to a lion, but the kids were enjoying it all the same. They could see birds and monkeys and all kinds of things in the trees. There's so many animals, said Walker. Yeah, and they're all coming to the tug-of-war match. But we might be in a bit of trouble. Why's that? Said Walker. Because I've heard that there's some very naughty competitors that are going to be there. Naughty competitors? Said Banks. What's a naughty competitor look like? Said Hayes. Well... Just then, two chimpanzees came swinging out of some trees nearby. Right, who thinks that they can come to the tug-of-war match? Yeah, you can't beat us, because we're the Chimp Brothers. The kids looked. Are those the naughty competitors? Yes, said Leopold, looking very scared. The Chimp Brothers landed on the front of the car, and they looked at Barry. Right, Barry, you better turn this car around and drive it straight back to where you came from. Haha, yeah, because there's no way you're going to beat us in the tug-of-war competition, because we don't have any secret tricks or anything, do we? Yeah, bro, none. Just kidding. Secret tricks, said Barry. What secret tricks have you got? Not telling, said the Chimp Brothers. But I will tell you one thing, it's going to be fun. For us. See you later. And the Chimp Brothers jumped off the front of the car and went swinging back through the trees. Oh no, said Leopold. We'll never be able to beat the Chimp Brothers. No, we won't, said Barry. That's really disappointing because I really wanted to win this year. Maybe if the Chimp Brothers are going to play some tricks, said Banks, maybe we could play some tricks as well. Oh, said Leopold. That might be a good idea. But we'll only use the tricks if they use the tricks first, said Walker. Yeah, we want to make it as fair as possible, said Hayes. Good idea, said Leopold. So, Leopold and Barry continued to drive, and the kids began to talk. What tricks could we do? Oh, we could do this. The kids whispered and whispered until they had come up with a plan. Hey, Barry, called out Banks. We need you to make a detour. We need to find some extra things. All right, said Barry, let's go. So the kids and Barry and Leopold went for a detour before they came to the event. When they finally arrived at the tug-of-war event, it was a giant arena. There was a giant big vine that was obviously going to be used for the tug-of-war match. The Chimp Brothers were already there waiting. What? You decided to show up? Why would you do that? Because everybody knows the Chimp Brothers are gonna win. Yeah. The Chimp Brothers are the best. As the kids were looking, they had a very cheeky smile on their face. We'll see, said the kids. If we try our hardest, we might do okay. Oh, that doesn't work, said the Chimp Brothers. The kids smiled and walked over to the vine. All right, well, is this where we're going to do this? They looked around. There were animals everywhere around the jungle. All the monkeys and tigers and birds and snakes and every animal from the entire jungle had come to watch the very special tug-of-war event. The Chimp Brothers were standing there all by themselves. All right, well, we'll just go with the two of us because that's all we need to be able to beat you. Ha, yeah. Well, how many do we get, said the kids. You can have 5. Leopold, Barry, and you 3 kids. Perfect, said the kids. What do you mean, perfect, said the Chimp Brothers. You should be more worried, please. Oh, you want us to be worried, said Banks. Okay, we can pretend. Pretend, said the Chimp Brothers. Oh, I'm so nervous, said Banks. Me too, said Walker. So scared. I'm terrified, said Hayes, with a big smile on his face. What is going on? Don't worry, we'll get him once the event starts. Yeah. Just then, there was an announcement that was made. There was a parrot that seemed to be running the show. He took a microphone out of nowhere and began to talk.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the giant tug-of-war event. Get very excited and hold on to your hats because this will be an exciting one.
With that, the kids, Leopold and Barry walked over to the rope, and the Chimp brothers did as well. When they all took their places, the parrot said that it was time.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to start the event. Everybody join in for the countdown. 3, 2, 1, pull!
And with that, the kids started to pull as hard as they could, and the Chimp brothers did too. They were pulling the rope. Then something strange happened. Now! Yelled one of the Chimp brothers, and out of nowhere, they pulled 2 giant mechanical arms. The mechanical arms were in their backpacks, and they reached backwards and grabbed hold of some trees behind the arena. Then the mechanical arms started to do the pulling for the Chimp brothers. Told ya, you can't beat us, yeah, they said, and the kids started to get pulled towards the line. It looks like they are using tricks, said Banks. Well, time for our trick, said Walker. Do it now, Hayes, called out Banks. Okay, said Hayes. Hayes let go of the rope, and then he started to pull out a whole bunch of banana peels. What? Said the Chimp brothers. Then he started to throw the banana peels underneath the feet of the chimpanzees. Hey, those things are slippery. Whoa, hey, whoa, said the Chimp brothers as they started to slip and slide on all the banana peels. We need to do something about those trees, said Banks. Don't worry, said Hayes. I got an idea for that one. Banks raced over to the trees, and then he walked up to the mechanical arms that were holding on, and he began to tickle them. What? You can't tickle a mechanical arm? But it turns out you could, and the arms started to giggle, or at least the kids thought they were giggling because they were moving in a funny little laughing way. As they were laughing, their grip started to loosen, and as soon as there was a gap, Hayes tucked banana peels in between the trees and the mechanical arms. The arms slipped off, and the Chimp brothers slipped over. Whoa! Then the kids decided it was time. All right, Barry, pull! All right, said Barry. Help me, Leopold. All right, said Leopold. We can do this. And they started to pull. Because the Chimp brothers were sitting on a pile of banana peels, they were easily pulled and slid across the line. No! They yelled as the kids, Leopold and Barry won the tug-of-war event. How did you beat us? We had the perfect plan. No! The crowd went wild and the kids all cheered too. We've done it! Yelled Leopold. Hooray! Hooray! Said Barry. We're the best and we did it with your help. Thank you so much, kids. We couldn't have done it without you. Oh, well, thank you. We've had a lot of fun too, said the boys. But it's best we started to get you boys home. Big Four. Right, you're in trouble, said the Chimp brothers, and they started running towards the kids. Let's get out of here, yelled Leopold. The kids quickly started to run. Do you still have those leaves? Yes, said the kids. Jump on! So the kids jumped on their leaves, and they landed on top of the banana peels and started to slide speedily through the jungle. As they slid and slid all the way back to where they were meant to be, they went straight through the tunnel. Bye, boys! Yelled Leopold as the boys slid back to their house. When they popped up through the backyard, back in the bushes, they climbed back out and went back inside the house. As they walked in, they were holding their giant leaves. Wow, said their mum. Those leaves are huge. Where did you find those? Well, said Banks, I don't think you'd believe us, even if we told you. And that is the end of the story.
This episode is brought to you by Chimp Brother Mechanical Arms. If you need a way of winning some kind of tug-of-war event, get one of the Chimp Brothers Mechanical Arms and they can pull 10 times harder than you can. Yeah, just make sure no one's got any banana peels. Turns out that makes them not work so good. Yeah, we hope you've been enjoying the silly stories for kids. Make sure to share it with every single one of your friends. This has been us, the Chimp Brothers. Yeah, the Chimp Brothers.
And me, Sam. We'll see you soon.